What's up everybody? Normally I have an intro to my videos. I really wanted to do this video really quickly, get it out there, try and do much more tutorials. So we're just going to go right into it. I want to show you how I turn on my street lights, or any light for that matter, in a photo using Photoshop. I typically do it using Lightroom, but the Photoshop way I think is really cool, so we'll just jump right in. This is a picture I've already started doing some work on. In fact, I've actually completed this photo, but I've brought it back down a little bit so we can focus on this. And what's interesting about this photo is you have these two street lights down over here that are on, and you have this one that's burnt out. And I think that's really cool because it gives a really great teaching lesson. And we're going to walk through that on how to turn this light on and make it look like those lights down there. So the first thing I do with any Photoshop file I'm working with is I duplicate the background. The reason why I duplicate is so that if I mess up, I always have something to go back to. So we're going to duplicate it, and then we're going to go ahead and create a new layer, and we're going to use the elliptical marquee tool and try to figure out, how would that light reflect off of these bricks, this pathway. I'm happy with that. I may move it around, but let's stick with that for right now. We'll come over here with solid color, and we will make that white. Obviously it looks very fake. That's not the finished product. So we'll go up to filter, go to blur, and we'll do Gaussian blur. We'll go ahead and convert it to a smart object. The blur basically disappeared, but as we move this slider, you can see that we change how blurred that is. So see, there's basically no blur there. There's too much blur there. So let's go ahead and pick something that we're happy with, something that seems fairly realistic. And I think maybe that will hit okay. I like that. Let's maybe dim it down just a bit using this fill. I'm really happy with that. We can move it. I want to move it just a little bit closer. Okay, I think that's perfect. So hit OK. Now the next thing to do is actually turn on the light bulb. So using the same tool, actually no, first let's go and create another new layer. With the same tool, make an elliptical that fits just inside the light. We'll go back to solid color, we'll make that white. Already looking better now, but let's go ahead and blur it just a little bit. We don't want it to stick out quite like that. We don't want it to be completely blurred. So you just kind of do it until you find something that you're happy with. And I'm happy with that. I think that looks good enough. So great. Now we want to get a sort of cone that shows the light, and you can really see the light through the night. Which, fun fact about this picture, is actually taken during the daylight, but it looks like it's taken at nighttime. I think it's really cool. So anyway, we'll go through and we'll create another new layer. So we have 3 new layers. We'll go to this Polygon Lasso tool, and then from the edge of the light down to where we have this glow, to the other edge of the glow, back up to the light, will be our polygon, and you can just hit enter. It'll complete circle for you, or the triangle for you, or I guess that's really not really a triangle. Anyways, same thing we've been doing, solid color, make it white. This looks incredibly fake. I mean, imagine if you just stopped there. Oh my god, that looks terrible. But we're not going to stop there, because we're going to go to filter, blur, Gaussian blur, convert to a smart object like we have been, and let's bring that out to somewhere around there. Don't worry, it's still going to look fake. It still looks fake. But where we have this box that says normal, we'll go to it and we'll do overlay. Now look at that. It looks like the light is shining down from the light. If we go back to, let's do linear burn because it kind of hides it, and then we go back to overlay. Oh my gosh, that light turned on. Down here you see that there's a little bit of a lens flare, and we can definitely make that happen. It'll take more time, so we're not going to talk about it in that tutorial. But this is just a very basic how to turn on a light. You can even make your light shine a little bit brighter, but again, we can get to that a little bit later. I just really wanted to show you how you can turn on street lights.